like, I mean, the heart of this story, supposedly from all the highlights I've read so far, is, you know, was a crazy drug addict. And I mean, he owes a lot of people money that he would borrow from, so they would buy him and go pick up. I mean, he would ask assistants to drive across LA, pick up drugs, and then carry the drugs.
Lala, I mean, Lala is so, I've had her on. She is, you could all think what you want about Lala. Lala is fucking brilliant. She's smart. It's really, I have no reason to say this. She's smart. She's a real businesswoman.
Okay.
She's great. But so he owed Megan money. Let's just put that out there, allegedly. But so that, because that's important for the story. So he called me and he said, Megan is mad at you. It's not Megan Fox, it's Megan Weaver. I'm like, oh, what? And he's like, I just spoke to Megan and she's pissed off that you're putting the episode out now. It's like, it was like 4 weeks old, 3 weeks old. That's what happens. We have a schedule here. He's like, so it clicked. David, it clicked. Now, he was calling me because he wanted me to take the episode down because his name is in the title. And he thought that we said, Randall's a scumbag and he owes you money. So instead of just saying that to me, I'm a straight shooter. You call me and you're now, this is why I told you about the press. If this was like Snooki or all these other people I interviewed, Suzanne Summers, he thought he was big Hollywood producer and I was little David. He didn't understand that I'm speaking to Megan Weaver every 15 minutes. Megan, you just made People magazine. Hey, Megan, you just, so he took for granted the fact that he just assumed I was like some loser that you know what I mean? Like, I'm not speaking to Snooki every day after she's on my podcast. He kind of just skipped that step, that in what world, like he didn't assume that Megan's not mad at me. I just spoke to her 30 seconds ago, dude. Like, this story doesn't add up. It's bullshit. I'm speaking to Megan Weaver. Like, she's not mad at me. So then of course, when it was over, I texted her and I'm like, Randall just called me and says you're mad at me. And she's like, oh my God. So that's what it turned out to be. He was calling me because he owed her money, allegedly. And when his name was in the title, he wanted me to take the episode down because he thought we said Randall's a scumbag and he owes money. We didn't say that. We just said, oh my God, Randall and Lala flipping out. Woo, fangirl. You get it?
Yes.
So when that happened, I was like, oh, I see it. You're such an insecure person. So that's the crack I saw. Then he FaceTimed me and said, dude, I'm on the set of the movie. Showing me the movie. He was reshooting. Wow. He was doing reshoots in Puerto Rico. Oh, no, it gets better. He's like, bro, you know what, bro? You're going to come. You're coming to the premiere. You're going to be on the red carpet with like MGK and Megan. I'm like, okay, yeah, great. Like, I mean, I knew this would never happen. So listen, I'm not coming for him. I'm just telling this really true story. There you go. People love these behind the scenes things. So that really happened. And it was that moment that I was like, oh, this was before all the stuff came out. I was just like quietly, like, I'm not going to say anything to Lala. It's like, it's a small thing. I was just like, oh man, like, you can't even handle, like, you really want to control the narrative. Like, you can't handle this.
Does.
But so, I mean, this isn't David Yontef behind the velvet rope. I mean, pat myself on the back. This is the fucking LA Times. And this headline is way worse than thinking that I said that, you know, Megan owes you money or what, you owe Megan money. So this he's got to be freaking out.
I mean, he's put out a statement to the New York Post now. He says this is part of Lala Kent's smear campaign against him. But, you know, this is a long researched article, and it alleges that the 51-year-old faces mountains of debt, lawsuits, and abuse allegations. One woman who was even represented by Gloria Allred, you did a fantastic interview with her too, claimed in a letter obtained by the newspaper that Emmett once told her when she was 23 that to receive acting work from him, she would have to perform sexual favors. She settled a $200,000 lawsuit with him. I mean, everything. The young woman ended up landing minor roles in 2 of Emmett's films. And according to Allred's letter, during that period, allegedly gave the movie producer massages, oral sex, and allowed him to digitally penetrate her in addition to standing naked in front of him as he masturbated in his office. I mean, the allegations are crazy, of drugs, of everything. Yeah.
I mean, listen, here's the thing, you know, don't listen to us. Everyone decide on your own. Does this shock? Is this shocking?
Well, it's not shocking in light of everything we've heard through, Me Too, right? I mean, this is very reminiscent of Harvey Weinstein. Like, Emmett probably isn't as big as Harvey Weinstein is in Hollywood or was, but it's very much like that, where essentially, I'm sure the mountains of debt, all that stuff is true,
I tend to believe it's true. I tend to believe the drugs are true. I tend to believe all of it, really. But
yeah,
but I can tell you, I don't know. I've had Lala on here. I don't think Lala is. This is like listen. I think it's honestly the opposite. The most important thing in her life is Ocean, and this is Ocean's father. So when she says, I don't really want to go and say all these things. She's said it before on my show, Stassi's show. She's like, look, I can go so much deeper. Like, it's my daughter's father. I'm not going to. So I don't think this is a part of Lala Kent's smear campaign, and that this is what's keeping her up at night. No one's, what's her benefit in that? It's over, right? Like, she doesn't need to get back at anyone. It's over. I'm not shocked. I'm not. And there's my story to add to it. And more stuff could come out, but this has got to be, like, if you're worried about your name in a headline on Behind the Velvet Rope with Megan Weaver, this article's got to be.
And look, I think you and I have this conversation offline all the time. It never fails to amaze me. These people who, housewives, like the fact that they are reading Reddit threads and listening to our podcast. It's great for us, but I'm just saying, like, it never fails to amaze me how huge the stars are and how much they care. And I think you see that from the Kardashians, right? The Kardashians, for years and years, they read all their press. They read all their press. They now control all their press. I'm sure they've had many fake Finsta accounts. They've even admitted it, where they're like trying to control the narrative. I guess that's what it takes to be a star. Like, you have to care that much.
I assume the Kardashians have 15 people in a room that read all the press. I doubt. Do they read it themselves? I don't know.
I think Kim still does. Kim's very, very aware of her. I'm sure she doesn't read all of it now because there's so much all the time, but I think, yeah, Kim and Chris, oh my God, 100%.
Well, guess what, Sarah?
What?
Kim Kardashian, you are an icon. Kris Jenner, you are amazing. Khloe Kardashian, you are the closest thing to God. Kendall Jenner, you are gorgeous. Kylie Jenner, I love you, girl. Kourtney, I love my Kourtney. So I just take it in. Let's put your name in the headline here. You guys are